In the previous few lectures, we talked about numbers. Starting from this lecture, we will be focused on text data. Text data can be represented by characters and strings. We have the American Standard Code for Information Exchange to represent the character data type for text representation. Right here, I show you a simple Java program to demonstrate the char or character data type. Basically, you can write a char and the character variable name. We call this a character variable declaration. And you can also assign a certain value to it. And then this is called the character variable initialization. And a symbol for character, just put a single quote before it and behind it. So right here, this flag actually is the lowercase letter a. And then this character can be printed out. A character can be declared as this. This is for uppercase A. And a foreign language character or letter, for example, my last name Chou, C-H-O-U, can be represented in such a format. This U stands for Unicode, and this X stands for hexadecimal. So this one is a Unicode representation for the character char type data, and this one is hexadecimal format for a Unicode data or foreign characters. And character data type is for a single character or letter. And if you have a longer collection of characters or letters, you can use double quote. We call the data type a string. So for the same character, if we store it in string, we have these three ways to declare it or to store it. And character data type can also be used for character arithmetic. For example, this character A plus 1 convert back to character will be character B. And the reason why we need to convert the data type is because these two with addition, it will be converted to integer type. So we need to convert it back to character type. And right here, I show you the data storage for character data type. If it is a Unicode character, it will be stored like this. Each character has 2 bytes, 16 bits. So this is actually the Unicode alpha, beta, and gamma. And for lowercase letters, in Java 8 or before, you can store it as 2-byte character data type char. For example, lowercase a is 61. This 61 is the ASCII code number, and we would have 00 to be stored on the first byte. That 00 represents a certain region for these Latin characters. And in Java 9, we can directly store it as a byte level character of single byte. And to declare a string, we can use string s and then use new string hello world, and then this string will be representing this string hello world. And if we want to access a single character in this string, we can use this string dot character 8 number 4. That will be accessing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will return this lowercase o and assign it to this C character. In the previous lectures, we are talking about the processing of numbers. How to handle numbers, how to calculate them. Starting from this lecture, we are going to cover the text processing, dealing with the letters and the text messages. In this lecture, let's focus on the letters. The data type to hold a letter is called char character. We can declare a variable ch1 just like an integer I or X or A as the variable name, and then assign a character. A character's literal in Java is in single quote,
single quote A single quote. That is a literal for A. The same character, we can use the number 65 as its ASCII code. ASCII code is short for American Standard Code for Information Inter-Exchange. That's used to store the data in computer. And the ASCII code for A is 65 decimal value. But right here 65 is an integer, 32-bit, if you just write 65. But to store into a character, it's only 16 bits. So we need to cast it using parenthesis character to convert the format of 32-bit integer into a 16-bit character. But this number is in decimal. And if we represent it in hexadecimal format, it should be 0x41, x for hexadecimal. And the same number, we can also use \u. \u is for Unicode format. And 0041 is in hexadecimal, so 41 hexadecimal is the 65 in decimal value. So \u 0041 is 16-bit Unicode for A. And then if we have the A character plus 1, this A character will be converted into integer. That becomes 65. Plus 1, that's 66. And 66 with parentheses, that will become 66 integer value. So we also need to convert it into a character format. And then ch5 become the letter B. Similarly, if you plus A with 25 and convert it into character, that will be letter Z. Let's compile it. And let's run it. And as you can see, the first 4 letters are A. Then character 5 is B, character 6 is Z. So here are several different formats to represent the letter A. And it's just a different way of writing it, but all of them represent the same letter A.
Here I show you the ASCII code table. Basically, an ASCII code table has so many row and column. For example, 30 is 0, 31 would be 1, 32 would be 2. And remember, these 3 and 0, these are in hexadecimal representation. So 30 is actually decimal 48. And then 41 is character A. 61 is lowercase a. And 41 is actually 65, and 61 is actually 97. And these are the common keyboard ASCII code that you can actually access it. You can actually use ALT combined with 65. You will be able to type out this A character as well. And then for foreign language, we will have this Unicode. And remember here 00, this data region is for the ASCII code. We call it Latin script. And for Chinese character, we call it CJK, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean characters. It's in this light pink color. It is the largest space in this Unicode paren. This is called the paren 0, multilingual paren 0. And different languages are being allocated to different regions. And Unicode has different variants. For example, UTF-8, UTF-16, UTF-32. UTF-8 is widely used in HTML page files. And as you can see, in HTF-8, a single ASCII code is used for Latin letters. And in UTF-16, we will need 16-bit. And 32-bit for UTF-32. But in each data format, the storage may not be of the same length. UTF-16 or 8 is just a code name. It doesn't mean that all of the code need to be in 8-bit format or 16-bit format. And here is the bit level representation for the Latin letter capital A and the Japanese letter R, R-E-U-L-O's R, the first vowel sound. And for different language, they basically use different data representation. In Java, actually we use the Unicode UTF-16 is the primary data format for the character types. And remember, in Java 9, we start to pick up the ASCII code part for those Latin characters or Latin scripts. Thank you.